All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 3, Episode 26. 25. Did I say 26? Weird.
You did. Yeah. Okay, so they're in Egypt now.
Yes, and we've begun the Egypt arc, specifically.
Yep, which means we might see a bit more of Dio.
We're going to see a lot more of Dio. And we have the Speedwagon Foundation involved in some way.
Yep.
The Joe Bros are all here. They have a dune buggy. They're going to be traversing the desert.
Yep, that's
moving
right.
fast.
That's right.
Getting up to the... getting up to the Nile and getting to a populated area, because I'm guessing Dio...
is probably going to be near a semi-populated
area. Yeah. And we will see if they encounter a stand user.
Possibly.
There's a very real possibility that we could go episodes without seeing enemy stand users.
I don't even know what that would be like.
And we just figure out, like, would this actually be the slice of life thing?
Yeah.
Find a Dio. Maybe it's a mystery. We get into mystery JoJo's. Oh, that'd be cool. So guys, this is going to be exciting. So without further ado, let's get into it. Why are they out of the dune buggy?
Why is the sand 3D?
Yeah. Wow, that was a cool transition. It's about time. Time for what? New opening.
Whoa. Wait, seriously?
Whoa. Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Cool. Wait. That was a little dog.
It was? I didn't even see it.
Okay. All right.
Wow. End of the world. Nice.
Oh. They did something, Gino, but they did something different.
Wow.
All right. Cool.
Oh. Iggy's the Fool and Duel's Divine Geb Part 1. Oh my gosh. Well, I heard the Fool, so that's probably gonna be
So the Fool was probably the one in the helicopter?
Ooh. Possibly, yeah. No kidding, we can see it. Back up.
Okay.
Oh. Hey. Two personality issues. Maybe the Fool is an ally. Yes.
Cool.
Inconceivable. Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Sweet. Oh. Whoa. Dang. Yep. Yep, the way they both turned and looked. It's neither of them, it's the one in the back.
Right.
He's in the back seat.
I'm glad they kept the continuity of Joseph's hand still being gone.
Is it another kid? It could be a midget.
No.
Oh my gosh!
Wait.
Ah!
A dog is a stand user.
A dog stand user!
Yes. Yes!
Oh my gosh!
Wonderful!
I love it! I love it!
Pee on the person?
Yeah. Oh, fart. Wow. So he is a semi-intelligent dog. That's the thing, though, is that, like... Oh, here we go. Here's the dog stand. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What the heck?
So he's actually formed from the sand.
Or maybe it's formed from just whatever environment is nearby.
Sure.
Oh, dang. Okay, so that's why he's helpful here.
Sure.
Treats? Okay, you know what's the best part about this dog? That's a voice actor or voice actress.
Right. Yeah.
Noises.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh
And it's back, yep. The dog you saw in the opening, did it look like that?
Hand. Yeah, it looked just like that.
Okay. Well done. Oh, a commemorative photo.
Okay.
Yeah, they're rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Polnareff is such a... Is he kind of smiling there? JoJo's like, hmm. Yep.
Whoa.
So you're saying they have 13 episodes to, Oh.
ディオと9人の男女だと何者かは分かりません。報告した者はその直後に殺され、屋敷もすでに空っぽとのことです。
Oh, wait a
9
minute.
人の男女の行方もつかめませんでした。カードに暗示されるスタンドはホルホースのエンペラーを除けば残すはワールドのカード。
Bringing that up. Yep.
このワールドのカードがディオのスタンドかと思っていましたが。
But
アブドル。わからん。はプライドの高いやつだから。
Too much pride, okay. That's good. Oh, that's a good shot. Yeah, it's awesome. They're pretty good at masking 3D, you know?
Yeah, using it in ways that's helpful.
Yeah. The dog is like, we're being watched. Wow.
It's with
A blind guy. Whoa. Whoa. Is that fly his
gonna
stand?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, nice callback. Whoa! Oh, real cool. I love it. Awesome. Good stuff. Like a dog.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
A dog. That's just so awesome. And the boner. He has had the whole bench. Yep. Nope. What?
Oh,
dang.
That's bad.
飛び去ったスピードワゴン財団のヘリが砂に埋まっているぞ。キスサンドの攻撃の可能性が大きい。見ろ、パイロットだ。
Whoa.
Oh, wonderful.
What's that in his mouth, too?
Looks like water or some kind of liquid. Oh, and the way they made the fingernails be broken off, like...
Yeah. Oh, it's water in the desert. That's freaky. That's freaky.
Okay.
Oh, and he's alive. And he's been dried out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shoot. There was some exchange.
And it's gonna come out of the other guy.
Whoa! Oh! Holy crap!
どんなスタンドか見たか。見えたのは手でした。しかしまだ水筒の中にいます。出て行ったところは見ていません。
But what if it goes into the blood?
Well, crap.
That's
What about their
no
supplies? What about their water?
good. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, with your sword, yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Oh! That got his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Oh! Do something quick!
Wait a minute.
So it's susceptible to sound? Yeah.
Oh,
gotcha.
Because he's blind, right? Freaky.
Whoa.
Oh, dang.
Purple, pull him into the thing.
Or Hierophant Green.
Oh, Kakyons. Alright, thank you.
Hey, nice. Tentacle powers. Oh, it's like Toph's earthbending. Gotcha. Yeah. Whoa. No, my gosh. Whoa. That's so cool.
Okay. I way prefer this method of dealing with stand users, where it's not like you know it's a stand user and it focuses on the stand user rather than the stand itself.
I agree. The dog is the perfect distraction.
Well, it can also sniff him out.
Oh. You're right, it could sense. Oh, you genius!
Yeah.
You freaking genius! Oh, crap! The dog did it. The way JoJo still has a hand in his pocket. What? Oh, because dogs can sense like tremors and stuff. He can tell by the way the dog is responding. He doesn't want to make the dog his enemy, but he also needs to...
No, that's what he's going to do, and that's going to be the problem.
Yeah? It went to sleep. Yes! Very smart!
Dang. Wait, is Toph a JoJo's reference?
And end the episode. Well done. New ending.
Yeah, new ending. That's right, because new opening, so. I like this.
The
very
dog.
subdued style. Yeah.
And the way it shows them all together makes it feel like the dog's gonna end up being like best buddies with them and everything.
Well, and the way it showed Polnareff and the dog so close together, both staring out at the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's fun. Showing them in
Jojo
different
looks like
scenes.
Jonathan there.
Oh, he did. That's true.
Last train home.
And the is the driving along the tracks. And the footprints fade. Oh, that's like saying it's the end of the journey. And all the distance that they've come is washed away in the sand.
Now watch, this is probably actually like a really, really popular like song from way back when, and we just don't recognize it. Oh,
Probably
in the
not.
picture.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
All right.
Oh, this is
fun.
Fun intro to the new kind of way
part
things are going to go.
3.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So new opening and new ending.
New ending.
Cool.
Very
I do like Stand Proud a bit more.
Oh, of course.
Like,
Stand Proud. Stand Proud we've come to appreciate because it has this power to it.
And we'll
It's really
probably go
strong.
to appreciate this new one a lot too. I feel like this is something that happens a lot of times whenever they change openings or change JoJo's or whatever.
Yep. You're just like, I don't like change.
Reprehensible behavior. Yeah.
So with the way they can take this now, we have a new member in the JoBros squad. A dog. And Iggy. I love that it's a dog. like it's such a dumb, perfect thing for JoJo's, you know?
Yep.
Like, he has some personality issues. Like, oh, you think?
Yeah.
He has some intelligence issues, some communication issues as well.
At what point are we going to make it so that it's actually, like, what? So, here's the thing.
Where does this stop, basically?
This is part 3.
Oh. Like, later in the future, we're going to get, like we
a dragon.
It has to be a real... No, not really. No.
They had zombie horse chariots. Like...
We could get this, like... really like melancholy like meadow of grass that's just like
yeah, we get a plant that's a stand user.
Hey, well, it's technically alive, kind of. Well, maybe technically it's not alive, but it's kind of alive. Hey, at the very least, everything has been animal related thus far. We do not have any inanimate objects that have become stands.
No inanimate objects.
Inanimate objects that become stand users.
Right, or plants. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe we just have more animals. I would love a cat stand user.
I feel like a cat stand user would be absolutely evil.
Well, yes, that's my point. Is that like they would just sit there all like menacingly, like licking themselves.
Oh, okay, but I gotta say, the way that they handle this new stand user is fantastic.
Yes,
the fact that they're making it so that they're not focusing on the stand so much as they're focusing on the user themselves. Right. It's fantastic because the characters are the story.
Yep.
So letting us get attached to these character or this character, even if they are just going to be here for 2 episodes and be cool and then be gone.
Yeah,
that's fine. They did that with Whole Horse and Jay
Whole
Guile.
Horse was a great example of that.
Yeah. So keep it up. I hope they continue to do stuff like this
because the stands themselves are the vehicle by which we will have conflict.
Right.
But the stand users are the ones that bring the personality, the flavor.
Because we've seen enough different kinds of stands to know that they will be creative and that there will be creative ways to get around them.
Yeah.
But because of that, we also kind of know what to expect, sort of as for ways that they're going to beat the stands themselves.
Yep.
So the stand users are where they can make it really unique, really memorable. Yeah. Especially since they've now introduced that there are more people for them to go through in this 2-week period.
Yes.
So, which could just be one core.
We only have 2 weeks to save her. No, she'll be dead in 2 weeks. Wait, 14 minus 1. That's 13. That's a core. Yeah. Oh my god.
This is like some straight up like 24 stuff when it's like, when will we get that decrypted file? Within the hour,
Within the next episode.
Yeah. Sometime today there's going to be, like,
Yeah. But, okay, so we have a dog stand user now. His name is Iggy.
Wonderful.
Right? Wonderful.
Yep.
Very temperamental. Needs to be controlled with snacks.
Naturally.
Of course. Yep. Sometimes I need to be controlled with snacks.
Loves to eat Polnareff's hair.
Yep.
Awesome.
Wonderful. I like that also the dog is a legitimate threat. They could have made the dog a comedy character.
Absolutely.
And given him a stand, but had him be no threat at all.
Right.
But Abdul reminded them, no. This guy,
you do not
want to fight him.
Yeah, right.
He would beat you. He would defeat you.
Which is really funny because so here's the thing.
Yes.
Dio.
Yes, I knew you were going to bring up Dio.
So it's facing down for the Joe Bros and Jotaro fighting Dio. Awesome. Yep. Cool. But here's the thing. What if Dio ends up having real trouble with this dog?
There is that possibility.
I would love to see that. And the dog is the fool. That's the first tarot card. And Dio is they said, in this, Abdul also thought Dio was the world stand, right? So that's the last one.
Oh, Kakyoin thought.
Or Kakyoin, yeah, that's right. But that means, opposite ends of the spectrum.
True.
Right? True. So I would love to see a part where Dio is needing to deal with his dog. He can handle the Joe Bros just fine.
Just fine. Then this stupid dog shows up.
Stupid dog, right? And the thing is, no, you don't call it a stupid dog. You be nice to the dog, right?
The dog goes, and the subtitles go, "Nani?" Question mark.
And the thing is, it's Dio's greatest, most fitting enemy because we know how he's treated dogs in the past.
Oh, karma. It just comes back beautifully. I do think though that the dog will not be relevant by the end of this. Like,
if they have a tragic dog character kill off where it's like, go on without me,
or the dog just doesn't care, like the dog just decides, you know what, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Oh, no, this is how they can do it. This would be so amazing.
What's
the
that?
Dog doesn't care. They're fighting Dio. The dog doesn't care. It goes to sleep. But as we know, Dio hates dogs.
Yeah,
so he kicks the dog.
He can't resist it.
He kicks the dog, and then everything goes downhill from there.
Right, because Dio, there's no, energy resonance where you can sense a stand user or something like that.
I mean, maybe. But,
there might be, but I think there's
yeah.
I think there's not. It's just between the Joestar lineage star thing. So what if the dog just kind of strategically just ends up being in an area and Dio's like, filthy mongrel, and has a very Gilgamesh moment and kicks the dog, and the dog goes, and it goes ching, like the dog's eyes ching,
and
like
Dio's
that.
Just like,
and then suddenly a stand summon grabs him by the ankle and just biff, 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 biff,
and
biff,
the entire time Dio's just like
that would be great. Although I feel like the way this has to go though is that the dog is a way to actually further build up Dio. It's not that the dog will be killed by Dio or that the dog will beat Dio. It's that the dog has a very strong stand.
The dog is also a way for the Joe Bros to be able to potentially escape Dio because it's a variable.
Yes. My point I'm trying to bring up is that they're trying to bring up even crazier stands, like the one that they're bringing up here with Nadul. I love that name. That's awesome. And we have Iggy. Dio's stand is going to be better than both of these. It's going to basically make theirs look like nothing.
Exactly, because it is the world.
So basically, I feel like it doesn't really matter what he does in the story. He's going to be fun. The dog I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
he's going to do some crazy stuff or what have you.
He's going to add to the antics.
Exactly, but by the time they get to Dio, it's going to be this thing of everything has been leading up to this moment, and we weren't prepared for this. Dio's power. It's too great. It's too much. And, you know, it'll need the combined efforts of all of us, because I don't think they've ever truly worked together in the entire part, like using all of their stands, like practicing like synergies and how to use their stands together.
There's been times where they have had to coordinate.
Right.
But there was almost never a time where
all of them.
The actual defeating of the stand and stand user was done by all of them at once in a coordinated effort. The closest I would say was the lovers one.
Sure.
You know, with having
that was a great example.
You know, with having them do the whole thing to get Joseph okay and stuff, so that way Jotaro can, you know,
Jay Giles' stand was kind of like that.
Sure, yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah. But
having to see that with all of them using their stands in conjunction, that would be really cool.
That would be pretty cool.
And I think that the dog, regardless of whether or not it's going to be in the story for a long period of time, to be fair, the dog was in the title of this episode. It was like Iggy and Nadul.
That's
and
right,
Fool or something like that, part 1. So I think that also might be kind of giving away that the dog leaves after part 2.
But the dog is in the opening.
The dog is in the opening.
So,
true.
You know, I'm just saying.
Who knows then? And maybe this whole thing could end with a joke.
And here's the other thing, too. Here's the other thing. We have set up... All right. We have set up a tsundere relationship right now.
Oh my gosh, we have.
Between Polnareff and the dog.
Yes.
So, in order for, you know, because Polnareff has been the one to get the most character development, I would say.
That's true.
So we need to continue that pattern.
Definitely.
Right? And have him go on a journey.
A quest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, to bond with Iggy.
Exactly.
Well said.
Yep, so that by the end of this, they realize just how much
they love each other. Yes. If one is tsundere towards the other, they must end up falling in love. That's just the rules of anime. That's just how it works, people.
It really is.
So I love this stand battle.
Yep,
it's gonna be crazy cool. Like
however what happens next.
However they figure out a way to defeat Nadul. I'm gonna be impressed.
Because
Nadul's
Nadul's just so cool with how he presents himself.
Yes.
You know, so even though we know he's going to be beaten, right?
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay, because it's entertaining to watch.
It's about the journey.
Yep.
Not the destination. Specifically, though, you know what this reminds me of?
What?
It's kind of those video games where they have the tremors, and you don't want to touch the ground for very long. Like they did that in the Jedi Knight game.
Oh, yeah.
Like you basically, the floor is lava, basically.
Right.
This is basically a game of the floor is lava, the stand battle.
Yep.
And that's just so cool.
Now, here's an interesting thought.
As creativity, it's so simple, but it just works.
What if Kakyoin used Hierophant Green to basically launch them super far away?
Ooh.
Right? Because now suddenly it's like
flying through the air. They're not touching the ground.
Then
you're thinking.
Then it's like, okay.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Yeah. Now then it's like, okay, the stand has to get to them, but based on that, they might be able to triangulate the location of the stand user, possibly.
I mean, granted, Kakyoin displaces the ground by throwing them, so Kakyoin...
Or just throws them straight up and, like, he throws Jotaro straight up and Jotaro looks around.
So they throw Jotaro... Yes, they throw him straight up there. He takes the binoculars and, like, uses the stand to, like, help his vision be, like, super precise.
He's like,
and
there
he
is.
Goes, boom! Spins around, like, 720.
There we go.
There we go. And then he comes back down. The tremor hits. They have a little bit of time before they throw him up again.
Or they throw him in the direction of it.
But he said he's kilometers away. Like, kilometers.
But if they get the head start on the stand, because the stand has to go through the stuff.
They could do a slingshot thing.
Yep, they could do a slingshot, because they have 2 tentacle powers for
throw,
one.
Boom, one, throw, boom,
throw, boom. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, and especially since Polnareff was almost able to keep up with it.
Yes.
Right?
So
it was able to catch up to him. It's fast.
It's fast, but it's not as fast as Polnareff.
Right. This isn't like Jay Guile, where it's some light travel
speed kind of thing
type deal. So and they could potentially use Hierophant Green with what?
We know it travels at the speed of sound, because it's not the speed of sound necessarily, but they could also be able to tell by the time by which it moves that if it's communicating with sound with the tremors and stuff, the speed of sound over a specific distance going back and forth, they take that time and they divide it with the math, and then they go, okay, we can extrapolate that he's this far away, so we need to be looking at that angle when we throw you up. Then you go up there and you're like,
Kakyoin starts like busting out a little pad of paper.
Yes. I mean, that's how they could do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be real. We would not have been able to figure out that's what the stand's abilities are.
Well, and
if we were in that situation.
But let's face it, this is JoJo's. They can do what they need to, and the fact that they're using vibrations in the desert,
the sand,
sand. I get that he's awesome,
right?
But
yeah, it's a thing where we just go, it's JoJo's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in Avatar: The Last Airbender, Toph could sense other people's location based on the tremors in the earth, very slight ones. But in the sand, she described it as everything looking fuzzy. Right. So maybe he could be even farther away if he was on solid ground.
That's terrifying.
Like, that's maybe just how strong he is.
Sure.
His sensing abilities are that good because he has a connective link to his stand. So maybe that's it. You know how you can see through your stand generally, right? But he's blind, so he hears through his stand.
All right.
But then the audio received from his stand has to go through the psychic link from himself to his stand. So then it gets traveled back, and that's why they have the little jolts of energy coming up his cane. Basically, the stand shows like basically how he's communicating with it.
Okay.
In that it's sending and receiving data constantly
but
back
it seemed
and forth.
like he was directly observing them through the tremors from his cane.
But the cane is receiving jolts of energy from the stand, which is way over there. So I think it's that through your stand, you can interact with the world with your 5 senses. You see, hear, smell, taste, touch, all that.
Okay.
The reason why we only bring up sight is because it's basically all they need, because most of the fights don't involve any of the other senses.
But then why wouldn't he be able to see through his stand and actually be able to see?
Because his stand is a projection of him. His current state maybe affects the stand in some way. That's why the blindness is technically a wound. So why would his stand have something that...
All right. There's still the issue, and I think this is maybe one of those things that you're not supposed to look too close at.
True.
Because we've had stands that don't have eyeballs.
Yes.
You know, and then how would that work? You know.
Well, we had them talking through their stands.
Right, exactly.
Underwater, so
JoJo's, you know.
Well, they did say that is because they had enough training with their stands. Like, their mastery of their stands is pretty good. Maybe this is just an example of where he is so well trained with his stand, he can use his senses regardless of the form his stand is in.
Mm-hmm.
I just possibly it's a thing that they don't explain, they don't need to, but still, it makes it cool, it makes it fun.
Exactly, rule of cool.
Yep. Yeah, I'm really excited for the second part of this because they're building up to a clever conclusion. However they end up
clever and
stylish. And stylish, of course, as well. And crazy, because we have the dog.
The dog.
Which might end up either being my favorite JoBro ever of all time,
or your least favorite,
or my least favorite, just in how this whole thing is being set up. So, guys, I don't think there's too much more to discuss. We have lots of theories and stuff, but we'll save those for when we get more data regarding Dio and all that related stuff. But if you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can discuss and chat with us about whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.